All right. So here's one of the things that we're going to cover real quick. And so I'm going to show you what we want to do and how we want to handle in this situation. There's been some new information about a job, and we want to make sure, like, how do we get it everywhere it needs to be? Um, because I think it's relevant to be in process plan, I'm going to go into process plan, create a task, post a task note, because then I know that the task note will create a record here in Airtable, and it will also be sent as a message to everybody. So again, when do you want to go to process plan and do that? I'd say pretty much every time if you can. And why? Because if you make a task note in process plan, it will create a record right here. So we're going to do that right now. So the job that we're doing this on is Karen Bagel or Beagle. Okay. So you can click on this view here. And so when you click on this, it's going to create a bunch of different notes. And there's the link to the job in process plan. It's there just the same way it's here. So we're going to click on it and it's going to open up process plan. Now, in this situation, this is going to take you to the history view of this job. Okay. And there's a couple different things that you can do. The problem is you've got to make a new task because everything in process plan, it's all about tasks, right? And so the question is, if I've got information that's not relating to a specific task, what do? Do you open up someone else's task and make a note on their task with information that may not make sense? So what I'm going to do is create my own task and make a task note. I guess that's the best thing that I can do. Or you can enter in someone else, but let's just do this. I'll go to add an impromptu task, task title, and we're going to say, we're going to post a note in process plan for new information regarding Karen Eagle job. And I can assign it to anybody. Okay. So let's just say I'm going to hit it to the water mitt team. And does it need to be completed first? And no. So we're just going to hit the due date. You get to set the due date. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to hit, like, right now. I think I usually try and make it overdue so it's automatically read and pops up on your thing. So I'm going to hit that there. So now everybody will get notified that that task happened. And that part's kind of irrelevant, but whatever. So once I do this, it's going to create a task and it's going to populate right over here. Okay, because that's where process plan puts those tasks. So while it's spinning for a second, I may pause it while it thinks. So you can see that post a task note right here. And it says post a note in process plan. And so now the task is built. This is just the assignment of the task. And now you saw it turn red. There it is. So now I'm going to click on that card. I'm going to open it. And now I'm going to make the note right here of this information. Right? So once you do that, the reason why I'm doing it right here at this task note is when you put it here, all other task notes will populate here. So this is a trail of information in process plan, right, regarding this job. That trail of information will also be here in Airtable, okay? But that's what I'm saying. There may be times where there's information in Airtable. That's why you need to go to process plan to put it in, because it will drip all the way down our entire workflow. If you only put it in Airtable, it may not go to process plan. And that's why I like Airtable as my single source of truth, because it's easier. That's just how I use it. That's how I would advise everybody to use it. So anyway, so in this particular case, I'm going to just make a little task note, and I'll hit pause while I type to make the video shorter. Okay, so in this case, now I've made this note about this impromptu task. And because I've got a zap that will, whenever I close a task or update a field, it will create a record over in Airtable as part of that. So we're going to go up here, and I'm going to hit complete, and you'll notice it will post a message right here. And when it does that, it will also go into Airtable, Karen Beagle, and it will, well, it's already there. Look at that. Shane posted this note, important note. And there's the same information in Airtable. that is in process plan. And so that is what we will want to do, right? And then the last thing that I'll probably do is to make sure that they see it the same way is just say, please see this record as there is new information on this job. Be sure to see the note from 3-6 important. I can tag them at Richard and at Dan. Thanks. In case you guys are wondering, you can hit Shift and Enter, and that will allow you to do the spacing for the breaks there. And if you don't, and you just hit Enter, it will end the record. So I'm going to go back and close that white space out. Hit Enter, and now they'll get notified. These two guys will get deemed in the process plan the same way. So that's what you want to do if you want to get information from one to the next.